Thanks once again for joining me on the channel. I'm about to introduce you to a 1952 International pickup truck and tell you a little story. So this is a 1952 International Harvester L120. It is a rust-free truck. It was originally from, you know what, I'm not even sure, but it ended up here and it runs and drives. Makes about 90 horsepower. It's terrible. It has drum brakes, split rim wheels, and it was really slow, and it wasn't a lot of fun to drive. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this amazing, restorable candidate, and we are gonna chop it to pieces. Up here in the north, we would consider this cold. No, not yet. When it's 13 below zero, then we'll talk about cold. For right now, it's just 20 some degrees. This is nothing. You could almost wear a t-shirt if you were doing hard work. One of the cool features about this truck was the hood opens hinged both sides. Notice I just did that? It's pretty cool, isn't it? The time it drove last will be its last time in this configuration, because this amazing example is going to be powered by a 2005 HEMI Durango two-wheel drive with posi. This thing's not even dirty. It's like gonna be a breeze to cut apart. So I got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things that need to be done before we put these two together, but I want you to subscribe to the channel, go back, check out some of the other videos. We have done this numerous times, and the results are astonishing. What you end up with is an amazing truck. They handle like race cars. They literally crouch down in the corners when you trail brake them. You can go wide open throttle, and you can almost drift them. They're an amazing thing, so I want you to stay tuned, watch this build. There's a lot of work to do. I'm gonna take you with me. Let's go.
Hang on. Let's take a look at how it got here. So that's how it got here, and here are the plans with that Durango. We're going to turn this thing into a HEMI beast, but first,
Let's take a closer look at the donor Durango. We got more blades, don't worry about it. We don't have any. I'm going to take this bed off, hopefully all in one piece. If that works, great. If not, I have to actually turn it into 6 separate pieces. And again, it all depends on the ride height. But the only part of this cab floor that stays is this rocker or sill is the only thing that stays. Everything else inside gets hollowed out. What's with all the diesel cans inside of the International? That's how I transport diesel fuel to the tank out back. This has been retrofitted to burn diesel. It's forced air, upflow. It's from about 1972, and you have to kick it every once in a while to make it work, but it does work. It keeps it really warm in here. You lose it basically all inside from here down. I'm gonna leave the doors obviously, but I hollow all this out and then I mock it up and I set it on the chassis. And then because these can't be moved or shouldn't be moved, I set the cab height and then I set the fender height in relationship to the wheels that are on the truck. Doing it that way allows you to get a visual on where your wheels will sit. Some of these trucks, when I've done this, I've had to trim a little bit of the wheel arch, and other times I've had to take some out of the back of it. It all depends on where your ride height is. If you want it slammed, these are getting cut. If you don't care that it's a little higher, then you can leave them exactly the same. I'm going for not touching them, and if I do have to touch them, I just want a little rolled out flare that gives it almost like an eyelid, just a real subtle little curve to them, and it all depends on the ride height, but we'll get to that. If you want to see what these look like already done, go back and take a look at some of the videos on this channel, some of the early ones. We've actually done this exact color truck before. All-wheel drive versions, slammed. There was a yellow version of this truck that we kept a more off-road appeal to it, where we didn't have to channel the bed. So there's a lot of cool stuff for you to see on the channel. I encourage you to check that out. The next step in this build, this bed has to come off. I'm going to stand it up, stick it over there somewhere. We're going to turn this whole chassis around, and I'm going to get the cab up in the air. That's going to take quite a while, and I got a buddy coming to help me, and with any luck, we'll get this all torn down, and I can get it hovering over the Durango. Also, I'm going to make that Durango run and drive. I'm going to sit on a milk crate and drive it. I may take it out back and spin it around. I'm not sure. So. I didn't want to break that. Worth the time.
You got a lot to do to get that running again.
No, it runs. It's just been sitting in his garage. Like if we put fuel and spark to it, it will fire up. Huh. It sounds like a little tractor though. It's real quiet. It's just crap. All of these come off. The hard part is these in here. But there's bolts all the way around it.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Well, you gotta see.
And then in here too, like this whole core support is bolted, double bolted through the inner fender and the grill. So like the best way to do this, all wires can be cut. If there's a wire or cable in your way, cut it, because we did not reason any of this shit. Is it full of coolant? No. Good.
I like these radiators.
That's yours. You want that? You can have it.
Sure.
That's all you.
I love them radiators.
It's brass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would take these lights out and the headlight because it's gonna be easier to reach in and get the bolts. There's one screw on the bottom that this ring then snaps off, and then this is like a normal headlight.
Okay.
it's too unbiased. The whole thing will. It's going. Not bad. Once it comes out of these, mine's out.
Yours out.
Let me come over there. All right. Now take it as high as you can get it. A little more, that'll be it. Keep going until it lightly stops.
Right there.
That's it, yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can push this out. It's gonna hang some, but if we can kind of manipulate it through.
You control that, I'll get this.
Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Come back.
Can you spin it?
Probably.
Just spin the cab.
There we go. Just watch your hands and don't get under the cab. All right. All right. Now go do the wheels. Get out from under there. You're free. You've done it. Okay. Right there's where we're going to have to leave it for this episode. Tune in next episode to see me cut the bottom of this out, channel it, drop it down on the running Durango. I actually may drive that in here and set it on top of it just for fun. This, of course, will be gone, out of the way. It's a shame they don't make more power because you could really have some fun with this thing, but they're just underpowered and antiquated, so this thing's going to go. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you leave your notifications on so you can be updated of when that Bronco gets built, because that's going to be ridiculous. Just wait till you see it. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.